Yo, welcome back to the Further Your Lifestyle podcast, conversations on lifestyle, passions, and hustles. My name's Chris Furlong, I am your host, and I'm super excited to be back here having the conversation with you. And episode 71, this continues to blow my mind that each time, I know it's only one more episode ahead, but once again, 71 episodes. I'm super proud of it, I'll admit it. And I just want to say a big thank you to each and every single one of you, whether you've been listening since day one, you've come along midway, or if you're new here listening to this episode today. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for being part of this community. And I've got big plans, I've got big goals for this. And with that in mind, what I really want to talk about today is kind of fresh off my chest, fresh off my heart, and what's just been going on in my mind. Now, for those that have been following along in my personal journey and just what I've been getting up to in life, at the moment I'm going through a bit that's kind of thrown me off my game. It's kind of thrown me off, I guess, my confidence in a few areas, and that's simply because I've been battling with quite a bit of fatigue from having COVID, and it's taken me by surprise, and yeah, it's really taken me off the rails. But with that, there comes a lot of, I guess, hindsight, there comes a lot of thinking, there comes a lot of opportunity to learn, grow, and have a lot of gratitude as well. And I've touched on these little areas over the last couple of weeks in a few different episodes here and there. Whether or not it was intentional, it was alluded to anyway. That aside, today what I really want to just go through, and I've got some points written down, is essentially just some challenging thoughts or some thought-provoking food for thought, if you like, just to help prompt or maybe help you rethink things. And look, this is not advice, and essentially it's not here to say that you must do this or anything like that. Essentially, this is more so me just sharing some ideas, some opinions, and some food for thought to help you continue to further your own lifestyle and to help you navigate where that might be. Look, I'm being frank with you, I'm being open here, just having the conversation, so buckle up, let's dive in. So, as I said, I'm going to be short and sharp today, just kind of getting to the point, and the first thing that I just wanted to address is do it because you enjoy the process, not because you're chasing results. Now, a lot of the things that I'm going to talk about today, they are cliche, they're a lot of statement, but a lot of them come with action and doing. Now, this one is interesting because, I, myself, and this podcast is all about, wanting you to achieve your best, pursue your passions, and turn it into a lifestyle that you're happy with. That's essentially the goal, is to help you find what you want to do that, and to be happy and further your lifestyle. And a lot of the time we can get confused of all these things of what we want based on what society, the news, the world, friends, peers are throwing at us. And that is because we want to achieve a result. But if you take away results, what is it that excites you? What is it that gets you going? What is it? Now, sometimes it might be building something from scratch. The process. At the moment, for me, I have really loved just being able to start from zero again in my business. Being a new financial year, I love the opportunity to be able to start from zero because it's a chance to see what I can do each day, to see if I can do it a little bit better and compare it to the year before. That process, I absolutely love it. It keeps it real, it keeps it fresh, and it sometimes is not what I want to see in terms of the results, but I love the process. So hopefully that gives you some perspective. The next thing is stop debating and start executing. This one, look, a lot of the time, sometimes when people disagree or we have different opinions, whether it's a family member, whether it's a friend, or maybe it's just someone out in the world, who knows. But we can get so stuck in actually debating, saying which way is the better way, which way is right or wrong, when really the best thing that you can do is execute. And to prove your point is to do it and to show it that it works. And look, I'm all for this because here I am doing a podcast at episode 71, and to think, I could think about, I need to make it this way, I need it to be this way, or someone might tell me, you need to have all this branding, or you should be setting up this. Look, at the end of the day, I'm 71 episodes ahead of being at zero, meaning I've started, I've executed, I'm learning along the way, and that is always going to be better than just standing around talking about it and debating about it. Executing is king. The next one kind of plays exactly on from what I just said, and that is put in the work. We need to put in the work. It comes down to actually doing things. Now, here I am talking about doing things, and I talk about it in my personal journey as well, on my own YouTube, and in my business and things like that. And it really does. We can talk about all these magical ideas. We can talk about how I'm going to do that, how I'm going to, be this, or how I'm going to be that. But unless you do, you are not going to get anywhere. Now, the other thing is that's going to keep you honest and keep it real is when you do, you might not get the results you expected from the doing. You can have a plan that you're going to be earning a certain amount of money or get a certain amount of sales or hit a certain amount of kilometers or achieve a certain amount of downloads in a podcast. Yes, I'm talking to myself and using my own goals as examples, but you can do, that doesn't mean you're going to get what you want. It just means you're going to get towards where you want. And that does keep it real and it keeps it honest. There's that whole premise around when, you listen to a podcast and they're interviewing some person, billionaire, millionaire, some celebrity, whoever it may be. And a lot of the time they ask, how did you get to where you are? And they say a lot of hard work. And I know we want to know what that hard work looks like, but it's doing those little things, changing, jumping over obstacles and doing it for 10 years. Figuring out what that looks like, figuring out how to do it. And just because they're, 10 years ahead of you and they're a millionaire or a celebrity, doesn't mean they've got it all figured out. They just know they just know that what they've done for the last 10 years has gotten to where they are today. And that's what people define as success. Just saying. To take this even one step further, is be a practitioner. And I think this really plays well of what it means to stop debating, start executing and putting in the work. We can read all these headlines that saying you can grow on TikTok, you can be the best TikToker, or, telling you about the opportunities of leveraging TikTok and how that can grow your business. Now, that's great. You can read that and think, sweet, I'm going to be really successful on TikTok. All I've got to do is do that. The practitioner is going to read those headlines and is going to start putting out 4 or 5, 50-second, 30-second, 10-second, however long videos, weekly, daily, monthly, however it may be. They're actually getting in there, getting their hands dirty and actually executing. So you got to be careful about what you're saying you want to do and how you want to do it, because if you're not doing it, nothing's going to happen. All right, we're going to get into a couple of rapid fire things just to think about, just to challenge our thinking, but also to keep us honest. And look, I am talking to myself just as much as I'm talking to you, so do not take this personally. Let's get into it. All right, don't be afraid to ask for help. Very simple, but it's a tough thing to do. When was the last time you asked for help? When was the last time you knew you were struggling and needed help? Ask yourself this one. The next one is you can accomplish anything you set your mind to do. Once again, I know it sounds like this wishy-washy cliche, but it's true. But it all comes down to stop debating, start executing, putting in the work and actually being a practitioner. A little bit of luck can go a long way, and I actually like to call that opportunity. Luck, it's not about anyone's getting served better than you. Their opportunity has just been better for them, meaning they've been at the right place at the right time. They've done something which has led to that. Yeah, it's luck in terms of chance or, the percentage or what is the actual chance of that even actually happening and then it happening to them, but it's going to happen. If there's a chance of 0.2% that someone's going to win the lottery, well, we know that it's going to be someone in that pool, which means it could be anyone. It might just so happen to be the person that you think, oh, they always get everything, but that's not the case. It's not like the world's working against you. That is just the way it played out. And I'm not saying go out and buy a lottery ticket either. Opportunity comes to us in all different shapes and forms and sizes and ways. And if we don't have our eyes open and being willing to execute or take action or do anything about these opportunities, then we don't know where they're going to lead to. Ask for feedback. Now, this one's tough. This one's hard. It's similar to being able to ask for help. Asking for feedback can be hard because sometimes it might not be what you want to hear. And the key thing is here is to ask for feedback, not from people that are going to tell you what you want to hear, but people that are going to be raw, honest, and keep it real. Be kind to others. It's that simple. Life is a journey, not a destination. But you must enjoy the side quests along the way to master that journey. And that's what it's all about, is we've talked about a lot of different things here that you're going to have to do different things. You have to do to understand that, where you want to be isn't as simple as just doing what you thought you had to do. That's where all the side quests come in. That's where all the challenges come in. That's where you have to deviate, go around, take the scenic route, and understand that things aren't going to be as linear as we expected. Be decisive and lead. Sometimes we get options. We get, two doors to choose from. We have to go either left or right, or we have to go forward or back, or whatever it may be. Take action, but take decisive action and lead with it. Don't second guess yourself. Own what you're doing. Take accountability, be responsible, and do it. And own it, and share it, and drive it. If you stuff up, own it. You're not perfect, but don't ignore the opportunity to learn from it either. Don't try and hide it. Keep it real, keep it honest, and grow from it, and help others grow from it too. Have confidence in yourself and your skills. Now, there is always someone looking to be inspired. Now, this one is challenging because there's a lot of things that I have doubt about. There's a lot of things I think, no, this doesn't make sense to do. No one would like it. Or would anyone watch this? Or would anyone want to read that? Or what have I got to say? Or do I have what it takes? There's a lot of that. And you need to push past that. I don't know how you can do it easily. I've talked about this in a few different episodes of steps and things that you can try to do to get through that. But a lot of the time it comes down to a mental battle and you have to figure out a way to do it. A lot of the time it's taking a chance. It's taking a risk. It's being willing to step out of your comfort zone and maybe take some luck on it. Take it as an opportunity. If you've done a video and you want to release it, but you're thinking, maybe people won't like it, I'm scared of what people are going to say, do it anyway. That is your opportunity to hit the big time. It's also a chance that nothing will change. But if you don't do it, you don't know. Remember, if you are doubting to share something after you've already created it, why are you doubting it? You already created it. You created it with the intent to share. Well, maybe you didn't. But if you created something with the intent to share it, yet then you start to think, no one's going to like it. No. You don't get to decide that. You created it to share it, and let them decide. And if you don't like what they decide, well, you got to move on, use that at your advantage, take the feedback, take the encouragement, and rinse and repeat and do it again. The last one is, and it kind of ties it all up together, is be flexible with your style, try new things. This one's beautiful because there's going to be a lot of things, as I said, as we try to execute, as we try to bring together in furthering our life and furthering our lifestyle, there's going to be a lot of things that are going to come at us unexpectedly. And it's not about we should push and shove them away, but how do we work with them? How do we be fluid? How do we manage and juggle through those? And I'm talking to myself just as much. There's a lot of things going through my mind over the last couple of weeks, just of, how I'm having to do things differently, how I'm not going to be able to do the things I thought I wanted to do. And I'm not trying to overhype this or take any sympathy or anything like that. That's not what I'm after. What I'm trying to say is things don't go as planned. Now, you can either think, things aren't going as planned and sulk and mope about that and think, I'm not going to achieve this and what will people think? Or you can take it as an opportunity to change things, reapply, reassess, re-estimate, take a new opportunity, try something different, readjust, and see how you can make it work for you. And that's what it's all about. It's about furthering your lifestyle. It's about furthering your life. It's not about furthering someone else's. I mean, we can influence, we can encourage, but you got to look after yourself. You got to be, doing the work for yourself. Do the work, lead yourself to where you want to be, and have some fun along the way. Well, that's it today, folks. Look, it might have been a bit of a different episode, but I wanted to share this because this is all the stuff that's really just been going through my head, through my mind, and, life is tough. Life is a roller coaster, and it's something that we're all going to have to experience one point or another. The roller coaster, that is. And some will be long, some will be short, and some will come multiple times, and some people might not get much at all. The point is, this is the reality of it. And I wanted to share it. I wanted to keep it real. As I said, talking to myself just as much as I am talking to you. Look, if you do enjoy these episodes, if you do enjoy these podcasts, there's a couple of things that I would like to ask from you because it would mean the absolute world to me. If you can share it with someone, send them a message, send them a link of one of these episodes or share them the whole podcast and tell them you think it will resonate with them and get them to have a listen. The other thing is, if you have the time or if you have the ability to do so, go leave a review over on Apple Podcasts, you can leave a review. I think also on Spotify, you can give a rating as well. That would be really, really great if you could do that, and it would mean the world to me. If you are watching on the YouTube or listening on the YouTube, leave a comment, say hi, don't be shy. I would love to know who you are. And if you want to continue this conversation, well, you can reach out to me on my socials over on Instagram at Further Your Lifestyle, or you can reach out on Twitter at Further Your Life, or send me an email, hello@furtheryourlifestyle.com. Really do appreciate you being here, and you have a wonderful day. Cheers. Now, if you didn't know, we do have the podcast merch, and this is with a key focus of enamel pins. Now, if you haven't checked these out, make sure you do, because the intent of these are really just to be a small token and a reminder for you to charge on, to push on, and to further your lifestyle. Whether it is a gift for someone else to encourage them, or maybe to inspire them, or maybe it's a way to motivate yourself, or you can simply just make a purchase to simply support the podcast, which would be greatly appreciated. We do also have some sweaters and some long tees, so make sure you check it out. Link in the description and in the show notes. Really do appreciate it. Cheers.